Imagine being stuck in a generic fantasy world for 20 long years. Our main man, Lee Hyun-suk, has finally reached the endgame. Today is the day he puts this overgrown monster in the dirt and saves a world that, quite frankly, probably doesn't deserve it. He is done with the hero business and ready to punch his ticket back to Earth. Look at this squad of supposed elites. We have got a mage, a saintess, and a knight, all looking like they are one sneeze away from a casket. The monster is literally laughing at them, calling them weak and bragging about his kingdom of teeth and claws.
It is the classic villain monologue, thinking he is the main character of his own Dark Souls ripoff.
The monster tells Hyun-suk he looks like hot garbage, but our hero isn't even flinching. He has seen it all. The beast screams about how Hyun-suk should submit or get torn to pieces, acting like a total neighborhood bully. But Hyun-suk is just waiting for the right moment to drop the ultimate skill he has been cooking for 2 decades. Hyun-suk decides it is time to wrap this up. He grips his weapon and prepares to unleash a move that sounds like a premium coffee order but hits like a truck. The vibe shifts instantly as he tells the monster that it is time for the final curtain call. You can almost feel the big mistake energy radiating off the beast right now. He calls out the paradox flame, and the monster is actually unimpressed. The big guy laughs, saying an attack that soft won't even leave a scratch on his thick hide. Oh, buddy, if only you knew that you are in a manhwa and the hero just named his attack. That is basically a death sentence in this genre. Hyun-suk isn't just a hero, he is a dimensional traveler, and he finally drops the bombshell that he isn't even from this world.
The monster thinks he is just spouting nonsense to cope with his impending death. But the flames eating away at his body are starting to feel a little too real.
He is realizing that his standard regeneration cheat code isn't working. Here is the lore dump: the paradox flame doesn't use oxygen. It uses abstract concepts as fuel. We are talking about burning your ego, your reason, and your precious memories. Imagine your very existence being used as a log for a campfire. This isn't just a physical burn, it is a conceptual delete button for your soul. The monster's hobby of resurrecting himself for centuries is officially cancelled. Hyun-suk tells him that his existence itself is what is currently on fire. As the monster starts to fade into a memory, he decides to be petty and tells Hyun-suk that he will never be remembered as a hero because his friends are actually just waiting for him to croak.
The monster thinks he is dropping a massive truth bomb, but Hyun-suk just hits him with a stone-cold "I know." The monster is absolutely shook.
Imagine trying to betray someone for 5 years only to find out they have been watching you be a snake the entire time. It is peak awkwardness for everyone involved. Let's talk about the Saintess, or as I like to call her, the Red Flag Queen. She spent every day pretending to love and seduce our hero, but Hyun-suk reveals she actually despises him for being an outsider. Her whole plan was to make him soft so he wouldn't fight back when they eventually decided to purge him. Truly the definition of a toxic relationship. Then there is the knight and his petty emperor. The knight is packing a national treasure specifically designed to assassinate Hyun-suk because the emperor is scared the hero might take his uncomfortable throne. And the mage? He just hates Hyun-suk because our boy had the audacity to oppose their slavery system. This whole world is basically a trash fire. Hyun-suk admits he has known about this treachery for 5 years. The monster is baffled, pointing out that with this kind of power, Hyun-suk could have easily nuked the entire world that betrayed him. But our hero is built different. He didn't want revenge, he just wanted to go back to a place where people don't try to execute you for saving them. We get a flashback to 2005. Hyun-suk was just a regular 30-year-old office worker probably worrying about spreadsheets until a goddess decided to Isekai him. He was chosen as the hero and told to save the world from monsters. It sounds like a dream, but for Hyun-suk, it turned into a 20-year-long nightmare in a world that hates his guts. The world he landed in was a complete disaster. He spent 2 decades training his soul out just to survive and find a way back home. He recalls rescuing a child once, only to have the locals complain that using medicine on the kid was a waste. The level of cruelty in this place makes the final boss look like a misunderstood puppy. The medical standards in this world were straight out of the Dark Ages. They were amputating legs for simple infections because all the healers were too busy being mobilized for war.
Hyunsuk was horrified by the primitive hygiene and the absolute lack of what we call human rights. It is no wonder he wants to leave this dump.
It gets even worse.
The locals wanted to exorcise the child he rescued just because they thought a demon had taken root in them.
They told Hyunsuk to cast aside his useless pity if he wanted salvation. After enduring 20 years of this heartless environment, our hero has finally had enough of playing nice. Back in the present, the monster is toast, and like clockwork, his companions immediately point their blades at him. They are actually relieved he found out because it saves them the trouble of pretending. Hyunsuk just sighs, looking at them with pure disgust. He really, really hates this world and everything in it. He calls out for the goddess to keep her end of the deal.
She shows up, all smiles and light, acknowledging his win.
He reminds her that once the monster is dead, he gets his soul and memories preserved and gets sent back to Earth.
He is ready to trade all his godlike power just to see a skyscraper again. The goddess warns him that his physical body on Earth is long gone, so she has to shove his soul into a new vessel.
She even warns him that this new body is fated for a wretched end.
Hyunsuk doesn't even blink. He basically tells her that any life on Earth, no matter how bad, is a massive upgrade over this treacherous fantasy world. Hyunsuk wakes up in 2025 in the body of a guy named Ju Chonsuk. He is back.
He checks the mirror and realizes he is finally home.
No more traitors, no more fake saintesses, and no more slavery-loving mages.
He is so happy he is practically vibrating, and honestly, can you blame the guy after what he went through?
He starts marveling at modern magic. Clean, uncontaminated water from a tap? That is the real high-tier sorcery right there. Fire with the press of a button? Way better than chopping wood for campfires.
He tops it off with a piece of fried chicken that brings him to tears.
Our hero is back, and he is ready to take on the modern world, one drumstick at a time. Our hero is finally back on Earth, and he is treating the simple act of taking a hot shower like he just discovered fire. After 20 years of medieval grime, hot running water and a cool breeze at the push of a button are basically high-tier sorcery to him. He looks up at the clear 2025 sky, soaking in the peace he fought 2 decades to earn. While he is busy planning his legendary return to the gaming world with some StarCraft, reality decides to slap him in the face. A massive, terrifying monster with way too many teeth suddenly appears, turning his normal life dreams into a total jump scare. It turns out the universe has a really twisted sense of humor. The apartment intercom starts blaring about a corrosion rift and tells everyone to run for their lives to the underground shelters. Our guy is standing there completely baffled because he didn't sign up for an apocalypse expansion pack on his first day home.
He realizes very quickly that something went horribly wrong with Earth while he was away.
As he follows the screaming crowd, he sees monsters roaming the streets like they own the place.
He starts questioning if he took a wrong turn at the dimensional rift because this looks exactly like the hellhole he just escaped. The irony is so thick you could cut it with a legendary sword.
Just when he thinks he's lost the monsters, he bumps into a little kid who isn't even crying.
Instead of running to a shelter, this absolute unit of a child asks the hero if he saw where the monster went because he wants to go kill it. Talk about a main character, complex in the making. The kid, Yunsong, drops a massive lore bomb. Earth has been a monster-infested battlefield for 13 years now.
Our hero ends up tagging along with this pint-sized hunter, probably wondering if the goddess is currently laughing her head off at this cruel joke.
He wanted a vacation, but he got a sequel instead. He tries to wrap his head around these corrosion rifts, which are basically unpredictable monster spawners that show up whenever they feel like it. When the kid asks why he's so clueless, our hero tries the classic "I was living in America" excuse. It is the ultimate cover-up for any dimensional traveler, honestly. But this kid is a professional hater and calls him out immediately, saying he saw on YouTube that you can't even travel from the US to Korea anymore. Imagine being a legendary hero and getting fact-checked by an elementary schooler with an internet connection. It is a tough look for Lee Hyunsuk. To keep the kid quiet, he pivots the conversation to the boy's favorite hunter, a top-ranked warrior named Lee Seun. Apparently, she is part of the Janabi Guild and clears rifts with a massive greatsword. Our hero is intrigued to find out that humans on Earth have actually started using fantasy logic to fight back. His combat senses start tingling as he detects a whole pack of monsters closing in. He counts 5 in front and 1 more cleverly hiding in the shadows, making it a total of 6. He notes that his new body has some decent strength, but he is seriously missing a real weapon right now. Then he feels it, the air is literally vibrating with mana. It is the exact same energy he used for 20 years in the other world.
Even though his old mana pool is bone dry, he realizes that the paradox flame is permanently engraved on his very soul.
The monsters are about to find out they messed with the wrong office worker. He lets out a small burst of purple fire and absolutely incinerates the threats.
The kid is losing his mind with excitement, calling it a unique skill, and acting like he just saw a celebrity.
Our hero is just glad the kid didn't get turned into a snack. The boy starts lecturing him about confirming the kill because that is what the Hunter Academy YouTube channel recommends. He almost runs straight into the flames to check, but the hero has to grab him and explain that the paradox flame doesn't stop until the target is truly deleted. He tells the kid that whatever YouTube is, he needs to stop watching it before he gets himself killed. Then, he borrows the boy's toy staff to finish off the remaining monsters. Using a kid's toy to solo a monster pack is the kind of flex only a veteran hero could pull off.
Standing in the aftermath, the familiar smell of blood hits him, and he hates it.
He fought so hard to escape a world of monsters just to find his home turned into a mirror image of that nightmare. It is like the universe is forcing him back into the hero business whether he likes it or not. The kid's mother finally shows up, and she is draped in designer clothes and luxury jewelry.
Our hero realizes the kid is actually a rich young master, which explains the fancy toy staff.
But before they can celebrate the reunion, the shelter wall literally collapses under a monster attack. Amidst the new chaos, he asks the boy why a rich kid would even want to be a hunter instead of living in a safe mansion. The boy's face goes dark as he reveals he lost his father to a monster in a bunker that everyone said was 100% safe. That is some heavy trauma for someone so small. The kid vows to become the strongest hunter and save the world so no one else has to lose their family.
Our hero just gives a small, tired smile and tells the kid that saving the world is a job for someone who has actually done it before.
It looks like the retirement plan is officially on hold. So our hero spent 20 years in a medieval nightmare only to come home and find out he is literally down to his last pennies. He fought literal gods and monsters, but now he is getting checked by the ultimate boss of modern society, a bank balance of exactly 3,201. Turns out, being a legendary savior doesn't pay the bills on Earth. He originally promised some kid he would save the world, but the second he saw delivery food and modern gaming, his inner hero went on a permanent vacation. He is sitting there winning games and drinking sodas, realizing that doing anything with just one touch is way better than swinging a heavy sword in a swamp. Reality hits hard when he tries to order a midnight snack and gets a big fat insufficient funds notification. The original owner of his body, Yu Chan-suk, worked for a logistics company that went belly up thanks to a corrosion rift. With the entire global economy currently in the trash, finding a normal desk job is basically a side quest with 0% drop rates. Since no one is hiring regular office workers anymore, he decides to lean into the only professional experience he actually has, killing things. He heads over to the Hunter Association, realizing that in this ruined world, the only way to eat steak is to sign up for more monster hunting.
The association is packed with rookies who think they are the next big thing just because they awakened a unique skill.
Our hero is just standing there looking at them like they are a bunch of hyperactive small fries.
He has seen real war, so watching these kids get hyped for a formality of a test is almost cute in a sad way.
Suddenly, the entire building goes quiet because Lee Se-eun, the 10th-ranked hunter in the world, decides to show up for a surprise scouting session.
Everyone is losing their minds because they didn't expect a top-tier pro to be hanging out at a rookie recruitment event.
She is like the celebrity of the hunter world, and her aura alone is enough to make the small fries start sweating. The scouts are all focused on a girl named Han Sang-ah, a star graduate who uses electrokinesis. They are convinced she is the MVP of this batch, while our boy Yu Chan-suk is just a random civilian in the corner. They even joke that maybe she can charge some batteries if the monster hunting thing doesn't pan out. Veteran hunters are standing around eating candy and gossiping about how academy training is basically a joke compared to a real corrosion rift.
They think these students aren't ready for actual combat, totally missing the fact that there is a guy in the room who spent 2 decades as a one-man army.
The first match is finally starting, and Hyunsuk tells himself he just needs to raise his market value high enough so he can afford a decent life. He is treating this like a job interview where the primary goal is getting a fat paycheck so he can go back to his delivery apps. The announcer is losing it because they have got a civilian on stage who isn't even from the Hunter Academy. They are calling it unprecedented, which is just the polite way of saying everyone expects this guy to get absolutely bodied in the first round. Our hero is still just trying to get used to his new name. The rules are clearly stated: no personal weapons and no killing your opponent. Hyunsuk finds the don't kill part a little bit annoying since he has spent the last 20 years doing exactly that. He just wants to win fast, get paid, and finally eat a decent meal. His first opponent is some arrogant guy calling himself the undefeated spearmaster of the academy. This clown is laughing at Hyunsuk because he can't sense any mana from him, telling him it is an honor to lose to such a pro. Oh boy, if only he knew he was dealing with someone who has seen literal demons run for their lives. The spearmaster charges in, but Hyunsuk moves so fast he literally vanishes into thin air. Before the academy boy can even blink, our hero is right behind him, roasting his clumsy spear handling. The crowd is silent because they can't even process the speed of a manaless civilian. Hyunsuk decides to use his bare hands because using a real weapon on this kid would probably be classified as a war crime. He hits him once and the undefeated star goes down like a sack of potatoes. It is actually shocking to our hero that the elite hunters on Earth are this incredibly weak. The scouts are freaking out because it is physically impossible to have that much power without mana accumulation.
They think it was just a fluke or luck, but Lee Seun is the only one who realizes the truth.
She can see that he is intentionally not gathering mana, which is a level of control that shouldn't even exist. Hyunsuk keeps sweeping through the tournament, winning round after round without even breaking a sweat.
He is genuinely starting to wonder what they even teach at this so-called academy if everyone is this useless.
He is just yawning his way through matches that are supposed to be high stakes. For the grand finale, he finally gets matched against the star student, Han Sang-ah. She is actually impressive compared to the other trash, gathering the most mana out of everyone in the building. She tells him his lucky streak ends here, but our hero is just staring at her like she is another chore on his to-do list. Han Sang-ah unleashes her magnetic railgun technique, firing off high-speed lightning strikes. It looks flashy and dangerous, but Hyunsuk just jumps over it like he is playing hopscotch. He starts critiquing her style mid-fight, telling her she is too focused on speed and leaving her attack path wide open for any idiot to see. The girl starts overexerting her mana, literally tearing her own body apart just to land one hit.
Hyunsuk realizes she is going to get permanently wrecked if she keeps this up. So he steps in and shuts the whole fight down to save her from herself.
He roasts her for neglecting physical training while relying purely on mana cheats. The association is in a total state of shock because a random logistics worker just dismantled their top student. The tournament schedule gets tossed out the window, and the association president personally arranges a special match. They aren't letting him go home yet because someone wants to see his real teeth. Lee Seun herself steps onto the stage, challenging Hyunsuk to a duel right then and there. She tells him the stage has been too small for him and wants to test his real skills. Our boy just gives her a smirk and accepts, knowing that taking down a world-ranked pro is the fastest way to get that rich lifestyle he has been dreaming about. The duel between our veteran hero and the high-ranking Lee Seun is heating up, and let's just say it is a grueling stalemate.
Hyunsuk has the moves of a god, but his new civilian body is practically screaming for help.
He is trying to keep the pace, but even he has to admit that fighting a world-class ranker isn't exactly a walk in the park.
His speed is tanking faster than a crypto coin, and he realized he can't even exploit the openings he sees because his legs won't listen to his brain.
Seun is actually shocked he is still standing after 30 minutes, but for our boy, this is only the start of the real struggle. He is really feeling the difference between a legendary hero body and a guy who probably sat at a desk all day. Even though he is holding his own, Hyunsuk knows he is hitting a wall. Seun is moving like a true professional, and every second that passes is another second his underdeveloped muscles are begging for a break. He was hoping for a good warm-up, but this is turning into a full-blown marathon of pain. With his internal mana running on fumes and the air around him being totally useless for a refill, he decided it was time to pull out the big guns. He is prepping the Paradox Flame, the same cheat code he used for 20 years in that other nightmare world. You know things are getting spicy when the black flames start flickering. Here is the crazy part, these flames don't care about wood or coal. They eat abstract concepts for breakfast. To get over his physical wall, he chose to burn his own fatigue. Imagine just incinerating your tiredness instead of taking a nap. It is the ultimate life hack for anyone stuck in a boss fight. As soon as the flames ignited, the exhaustion in his muscles just vanished into thin air. He is moving with godlike speed again, and Seun is looking at him like he just grew a second head. She can feel the mana in the arena going absolutely haywire because what he is doing literally breaks the laws of physics.
He recovered in record time, and Seun is starting to realize she is not dealing with a normal rookie.
He is moving faster than before, and she is actually having to try now. He is basically hacking his own biological limits in real time just to keep the duel interesting. He explains the whole broken mechanic. He uses a tiny bit of mana to start the fire, and then the fire burns his fatigue to create even more mana. It is a self-sustaining loop of pure madness. This basically turns every fight into a war of attrition where the other person always runs out of juice first. He even had the audacity to ask her if she likes men who refuse to quit. Seun shut that down immediately, saying she absolutely hates them.
She realized she is now stuck in an endurance test against a guy who has found a way to have infinite stamina.
It is every ranker's worst nightmare. The battle is turning into a total slog, and Seun is looking more and more annoyed. She is a top 10 hunter, and she is being forced into a marathon by a guy who isn't even wearing a proper uniform. It is the ultimate test of patience for both of them. But wait, there is always a catch with these OP skills. Just like a real fire leaves ash, this conceptual flame leaves a nasty residue in the user's soul. Once his spirit is fully charred and only ashes remain, the flame is going to flicker out for good. He is basically burning his own soul to keep the fight going.
This legendary battle stretched on for a mind-blowing 4 hours and 17 minutes.
Eventually, the strain on his tiny human body and his soul became too much, and he had to throw in the towel. Seun took the official win, but everyone knows who the real beast in that arena was. Despite winning, Seun was clearly feeling the hype. She handed him a lollipop that secretly had her business card inside. It is a total pro move to scout someone while they are catching their breath. She told him to give her a call to talk about his future with her agency, Janabi. After the tournament, our hero finally got his hands on an official hunter license.
He is losing his mind over the fact that it is built into a smartphone.
Coming from a world of dusty paper and stamps, seeing 2025 tech makes him feel like a caveman looking at a spaceship. While he was playing with his new toy, a literal giant named Yoon Song-hyun stomped over. This guy is a partner hunter from the Taebeek Guild and tried to give him the "join my team and I will make you shine" speech. Hyunsuk wasn't feeling the pushy vibe at all and decided to ghost him. Instead of joining the corporate giants, he went to meet Seun at a cafe called The Hut inside the association building. She clarified she isn't looking for a corporate slave, she wants him to work as a freelancer. This means more freedom and zero annoying bosses, which is exactly what our hero needs. She gave him a quick lesson on the modern guild system, which is basically modeled after law firms. You have got the juniors and seniors doing the heavy lifting for a salary, and then you have the partners who actually own the place and split the profits. It is a corporate jungle out there, even for hunters. Since our boy has zero connections and is basically a ghost on paper, Seun offered to be his broker. She admitted she is doing this to make him owe her one, so when he becomes a legend, he will remember who helped him out first. She is definitely playing the long game to secure a future powerhouse. She dropped his first job offer, a patrol mission on Jayadondo Island. The place has been a dangerous corrosion zone for 2 years since someone messed up a rift closing. It is basically a no man's land where monsters run the show, and the pay is 5 million won up front with a 15 million bonus.
Hyun-suk is doing some quick math and thinks the pay is a bit low for a life-threatening mission, but he knows he has to start from the bottom to build his rep.
He is ready to trade some monster heads for a comfortable life where he can finally afford premium delivery food again. Later, Seun met with her boss to gossip about our hero's performance. She called him an absolute monster, noting that a rookie lasting 4 hours against her is literally unheard of. She even warned the boss that if Hyun-suk ever reaches their level, he might just be strong enough to take the boss's seat himself. You won't believe what our hero ordered for delivery. It's not a large pizza, it is a 6-foot-long death stick. A month before the big mission, Hyun-suk gets this massive package containing a custom spear that is basically as long as his patience for the locals. He is finally getting his gear sorted because, let's be real, punching monsters with your bare hands is a flex, but it is not exactly efficient for the long haul. Along with the Stick of Doom, he gets his hands on some high-grade elixirs. In this world, these are the emergency mana batteries hunters chug when they are running on empty. It is like an energy drink for your soul, providing an immediate surge of power when things get a little too spicy in the rifts. Our guy is basically stocking up on cheat codes before the next level starts. Now, here is some juicy lore on how mana works. Most hunters are like water purifiers, they store mana in their bodies and use it when needed. But Hyun-suk? He's a total outlier. He skips the storage process entirely and just sucks the mana directly from the atmosphere like a human vacuum. It is an infinite supply, but his current physical vessel is still a bit too flimsy to handle the high-tier stuff for long. To fix his flimsy body problem, he spends an entire month training and storing mana to strengthen his channels. Fast forward to the mission day, and our boy is finally assigned to Squad 8. He is looking sharp and ready to show these kids why you should never judge an office worker by his suit. He is arriving at the deployment zone with that final boss energy we all know and love. Guess who shows up to welcome him? It is the golden-haired spear user who got absolutely bodied in the tournament. He notices Hyun-suk's hair has settled and tries to be all friendly, claiming he wants to learn from the hero's strength. Hyun-suk isn't having any of it, though.
He hits the guy with a sarcastic warning about chronic shoulder dislocations, basically reminding him of that embarrassing L he took.
The commander gets on the mic for the official briefing, and it's basically a lecture on the hierarchy of the apocalypse. He explains the corrosion rift rankings, going from the basic dangerous class 1 all the way up to unclassified threats that keep world leaders awake at night.
It is a lot of scary talk, but our hero is probably just wondering if they have a decent lunch menu on the island.
The real red alert is the Alpha Rift. This is the primary gateway, the big mama that controls the area. The commander warns everyone to stay far away from the one located at the Northern Church because it is basically a death trap for rookies. Squad 8's actual job is much more boring: patrol the perimeter and clear out the smaller, annoying pop-up rifts that have been manifesting. They finally touch down on Jaedondo Island, and the vibe is instantly rancid. The other hunters are literally shaking in their boots from the chilling energy in the air.
Hyun-suk is just standing there thinking they are being way too dramatic.
He has spent 20 years in actual hell, so a little spooky atmosphere is basically just a nice fall day for him.
Since the others are too busy vibrating with fear, our boy steps up with a plan.
He proposes setting up their base camp at Wagesa Temple. It is at a high elevation, giving them a perfect 360-degree view of the patrol zone. It is basic tactical common sense, but common sense is a rare drop in this genre, as we are about to find out. Enter the classic arrogant veteran hunter.
This walking red flag starts mocking Hyun-suk's suggestion, refusing to take orders from some inexperienced rookie. He thinks his age means he knows everything, which usually means he is about to become monster food.
He decides to split the squad, taking the real hunters with him and leaving the kids behind. One guy named Kim Min-jae decides to stick with Hyun-suk and Han Sang-ah. He claims he is worried about two rookies acting on their own, but let's be real, he probably sensed that following the angry veteran was a one-way ticket to a casket. Now we have got our main trio, ready to go scouting while the elites wander off to do whatever arrogant NPCs do. While they are out scouting, Hyunsuk's veteran senses go into overdrive. He detects a massive group of 50 monsters just chilling over a nearby ridge. 50. That is not a patrol, that is an invading army.
He identifies their location with pinpoint accuracy, while his teammates are just standing there wondering if he is seeing ghosts or just showing off.
Kim Min-jae hears the number 50 and immediately wants to take the longest detour possible.
He is terrified, but Hyun-suk is already in extermination mode. Our hero points out the hard truth. They can't call for backup, because the other squads are way too far away patrolling the coast.
If they don't handle this now, the monsters are going to have a rookie buffet. Instead of running, our boy starts prepping for a surprise attack. He looks at Min-jae and asks him how good his fire magic is. The poor mage is sweating, but Hyunsuk is already drawing up a blueprint for a total wipeout. He doesn't want a long fight, he wants maximum efficiency, and that means using his teammates as tactical tools. Here is the play. Min-jae is going to stay in the center and spam fireballs like he's playing an arcade game, while Hyunsuk and Sang-ah handle the flanks. Sang-ah is actually impressed by how detailed the strategy is, realizing that our civilian rookie is anticipating every single move the monsters might make. It is like he is a professional grandmaster playing against toddlers. The battle kicks off, and it's absolute chaos for everyone except Hyunsuk. He tells Min-jae to shoot as soon as he is ready, acting as the team's anchor. He emphasizes that role division is the key to winning without wasting a single drop of mana. The monsters don't even know what hit them. 1 second they are resting, the next the ridge is raining fire. Our boy takes it upon himself to be the ultimate bodyguard. He is shielding Min-jae so the mage can focus entirely on recharging his big spells without getting his head bitten off. It is all about that battle efficiency. He is clearing the path while Sang-ah cuts down anything that tries to slip through. They are moving like a well-oiled machine, and it's glorious to watch. With a final, coordinated strike, the trio successfully wipes out the entire pack of 50 monsters. The ridgeline is silent, and the rookies have just completed a feat that would have probably killed the arrogant veterans.
Hyunsuk just stands there, probably thinking that 50 monsters is a decent warm-up, but he is still waiting for a real challenge.
Mission accomplished, and they didn't even break a sweat. The small-scale fight is over, but instead of taking a nap, Hyunsuk pulls out what looks like a futuristic tagging gun.
Kim Min-jae is standing there like a startled kitten, thinking our hero is about to pop a cap in him for no reason.
But chill out, it's not a strap, it is just the most efficient way to make some bank in this economy. Hyunsuk starts planting microchips into the monster corpses like he is working a high-speed assembly line. He explains these are for his junk dealer contact. Basically, once the mission is done, these guys roll in, collect the loot, and handle the heavy lifting while our boy just sits back and waits for his direct deposit. Let's be real, carrying around heavy monster byproducts is so last century. This system is peak efficiency. The dealer appraises the items, sells them, and splits the profits. It is like an Uber for monster parts, and Hyunsuk is a 5-star customer who knows exactly how to maximize his gains without breaking a sweat. While they are talking shop, the atmosphere suddenly turns rancid. A massive mana presence starts radiating from the shadows, and you can practically hear the boss music starting. This isn't another small fry, it is something way more dangerous, and it is definitely looking for a snack. Enter the mid-boss, and this thing is an absolute unit compared to the trash they just cleared. Min-jae, bless his heart, suggests a pincer attack followed by a strategic retreat, basically the hunter version of hit it and quit it. But Hyunsuk isn't in the mood for a team-building exercise. Our hero goes full aggressive mode and barks at his teammates to stay back and stay out of his way.
He realizes that if he wants to use the paradox flame without accidentally roasting his new friends, he has to go solo.
It is not that he doesn't like them, he just doesn't want to explain why they are currently on fire. As the dance of death begins, Han Sang-ah is watching from the sidelines, looking totally confused. To her, it looks like Hyunsuk is getting pushed back and barely surviving. But if you look closer, our veteran hero hasn't actually been hit a single time. He is just leading the beast exactly where he wants it. This is what 2 decades of combat experience looks like. He is dodging and attacking simultaneously, moving with a rhythm that the monster can't even touch. Every time his spear connects, black flames erupt like a conceptual virus eating away at the creature's existence. The output of the paradox flame starts cranking up, and the monster is starting to feel its soul getting heavy. It is losing speed and looking more like a confused puppy than a terrifying beast.
Sanga realizes that Hyun-suk isn't struggling at all. He is literally toying with the thing like it is a training dummy.
Once the creature's strength is sufficiently charred, Hyun-suk decides he is done with the games. He puts all his weight into a final, precision spear throw that ends the monster's life and its career. No flashy finishing moves, just cold, calculated execution from a man who has done this 1,000 times. Min Jae is having a total internal crisis right now. He is questioning how a civilian rookie can dominate a high-level entity with zero effort. The gap between their skills isn't just a canyon, it is a whole-ass ocean. He is looking at Hyun-suk like he is a glitch in the simulation. The group starts putting the pieces together, and the picture is getting ugly. Why would a monster this strong show up in a zone that was briefed as unclassified? Either the association is incompetent, or someone is lying. Either way, the safe mission just got a major difficulty spike.
Hyun-suk drops the grim truth. The Alpha Corrosion Rift has evolved into a Grade 3 threat.
For those of you not fluent in Apocalypse, that means the survival rate for most of the hunters on this island just dropped to nearly zero. It is officially a buffet, and the hunters are the main course. Sanga, being the sentimental one, begs our hero to go and save the other hunters before they get eaten. But Hyun-suk shuts her down faster than a failing business.
He reminds her that he is only one guy and their mission is to clear rifts, not to play a hero for people who won't even follow basic instructions.
He drops a harsh truth bomb about survival. In a world like this, people are going to die, and being sentimental is just a fast way to join them.
You can't save everyone, especially when you are up against a Grade 3 nightmare. It is a brutal lesson, but hey, that is what 20 years of trauma gets you. They find a building to lay low in, but Hyun-suk sees other hunters using lights like they are inviting the monsters for dinner. He sends a mass warning message telling them to cut that out and explaining the new Grade 3 status. He is basically the only one on this island with a working brain right now. He learns that the only way to clear this corrupted zone is to destroy the core of the rift itself. Since he doesn't want his teammates slowing him down or getting killed, he waits for them to fall asleep. He sets up a monster detecting alarm for them and then slips out into the night like a total badass. Solo mode is officially activated. He is trekking toward the Alpha Rift coordinates, but he is intercepted by yet another monster he doesn't recognize. The mission is getting more complicated by the second, and it looks like our hero is the only thing standing between this island and total annihilation. The Hunter Association Situation Room is currently a one-way ticket to stress-induced ulcers. Reports are flooding in about organized monster movements and casualties that definitely weren't in the brochure.
What was supposed to be a low-level mission has turned into a total bloodbath, and the manager is frantically calling for any reinforcements who aren't already currently inside a monster's stomach.
Amidst the panic, someone notices a single dot on the map moving toward the eye of the storm.
To the manager's absolute shock, it is our boy Yu Chanseok from Team 8. He is the only one with the guts, or the lack of brain cells, to head straight for the heart of the Alpha Corrosion Rift while everyone else is running for the hills.
The manager realizes Chanseok was the first to call out the rift's dangerous upgrade and demands an immediate audio link.
The second the comms go live, the entire room is greeted with a glorious symphony of our hero's furious swearing.
He is currently busy dodging attacks from a creature that is moving way faster than the association's accurate data predicted. Chanseok doesn't care about their mission status, he is too busy roasting the staff for sitting in their air-conditioned office while he is fighting for his life. He straight up threatens to give them a personal taste of rift-flavored terror once he gets back. Honestly, hearing a rookie talk that much trash to HQ while dancing around death is the kind of energy we all need in our lives. Internally, our hero is doing some grim math.
He realizes his paradox flame is like a high-end PC trying to run a heavy game on integrated graphics. It is just not enough to kill this high-level entity right now.
He needs a better tactic, and that means he needs more fuel. He starts scanning the area for a concentrated mana source because his current mana channels are basically running on fumes.
He manages to locate a mana-rich spot and decides to do the unthinkable. He plunges directly into the Alpha Corrosion Rift.
This is basically the equivalent of jumping into a lion's den to look for a sandwich. He is leaving the safety of the outside world behind and heading into the belly of the beast, and he doesn't look like he plans on coming back empty-handed. Back at HQ, the technicians are having a collective heart attack because Chanseok's GPS signal just vanished into thin air. He is officially off the grid, and for the association, that usually means he's just become another statistic. They have no idea that our hero is actually just getting started and that he much prefers the no-signal life anyway. Inside the rift, Chanseok is actually surprised by how clean and massive the place is.
It is a far cry from the messy, gore-filled dungeons he's used to.
He starts musing about how much more terrifying the higher-grade rifts must be if this entry-level grade 3 looks this impressive. It is like he is touring a luxury apartment that also happens to be trying to kill him. He takes a moment to reflect on the perks of his paradox flame. The main issue? It is incredibly contagious and spreads to every living thing it touches, except for him. It is the ultimate friendly fire hazard. In his past life, he had to hold back to avoid roasting his allies, but in here? He is all alone, which means he can finally go full psycho mode with zero restraints. This is where the real fun begins. He notes that being solo in a rift is basically a vacation for his soul. He can let his flames roar and his spear fly without worrying about some annoying saintess or knight getting in the way of his kill count. It is just him, the monsters, and a whole lot of conceptual arson. He starts absorbing the ambient mana like a human black hole. He is intentionally forcing the energy through his body to forcefully widen and strengthen his mana pathways. It is a brutal process that would probably kill a normal hunter, but for a veteran like him, it is just a necessary buff to increase his battle efficiency. He is literally remodeling his own soul mid-fight.
The local monsters think they have a chance because they have the numbers.
They try to overwhelm him by calling for backup, but Chanseok finds the whole numerical advantage thing absolutely adorable. With his newly widened mana channels and surging power, he is cutting through them like they are made of wet tissue paper. He is moving through the rift with the confidence of a man who has already cleared the level and is just looking for the secret loot. Every monster that tries to jump him gets a face full of black flames and a one-way ticket to the afterlife.
He is essentially a predator in his natural habitat, and the prey is starting to realize it.
While he hunts for the rift's core, he keeps himself grounded by admitting he is still nowhere near his peak power from the other world. He is several times stronger than when he arrived, but he is still just a beginner by his own absurd standards.
It is a terrifying thought. If this is him at his weakest, the monster should probably just give up now and save him the trouble. Finally, he comes face to face with the boss of the rift, and this thing isn't just another mindless beast.
It actually opens its mouth and drops a direct death threat. This is a game changer because it proves the core of a grade 3 rift is on a completely different intellectual level. It is smart, it is mean, and it really wants our hero to stop existing.
The boss thinks it has the upper hand, but Chanseok is just happy to finally have someone worth talking to, even if it is only to trade insults.
He prepares to end the conversation with a little something called the dual orbit spear technique. You know he's serious when he starts naming his moves again. This technique is peak big brain combat. It generates a blue magical trajectory that follows his spear's path, perfectly mimicking his physical strikes. It looks like a simple echo, but Chanseok knows how to manipulate it to be the ultimate pincer move. The boss is about to experience the most complicated math problem of its short, miserable life. By intentionally delaying the timing of the secondary blue strike, he creates a time lag attack. The monster dodges the first hit only to get impaled by the ghost strike that follows a beat late. It is a beautiful, unavoidable pincer attack that leaves the core creature with absolutely no room to escape. It is total tactical dominance. The creature is finally defeated, but instead of just dissolving into mana dust, it leaves behind a mysterious black box.
Chanseok picks it up, looking more confused than happy.
He is wondering where this loot came from and why the system is handing out gifts all of a sudden. It is a big fat cliffhanger that suggests this world might be even weirder than he thought.
Back at HQ, the staff is basically ready to hold a funeral for everyone on the island. But then, a miracle happens. A broadcast message from Chanseok confirms the Alpha Rift is officially destroyed. Every monster on the island suddenly vanishes into thin air, and the chaos ends in an instant.
Our hero just saved the day, probably while wondering if he can still get that fried chicken delivered.
Things are looking absolutely cooked on Jayadondo Island. While our hero is off doing side quests, Han Sang-ah and Kim Min-jae are stuck in a literal meat grinder. They are fighting for their lives against an endless swarm of monsters that clearly didn't get the memo about being low-level. It is total chaos, and the despair is starting to taste a lot like defeat. Despair is hitting a new peak because their carry, Yu Chanseok, is missing in action.
Their muscles are basically turned to jelly, and they are starting to realize that the power of friendship doesn't really work when a monster is trying to chew your head off.
They are at their absolute limit, just waiting for the final curtain call. Just as they are prepping for a final stand that would probably last about 3 seconds, something weird happens. The monsters don't attack, they just vanish. 1 second they are surrounded by teeth and claws, and the next, it is just a bunch of confused, bleeding hunters standing around an empty field. It is a miracle that reeks of main character energy.
Everyone is standing there in a daze, wondering if they just collectively hallucinated the apocalypse.
The monsters are gone, leaving behind nothing but carnage and a whole lot of questions. The hunters are bewildered, but they are alive, which is a pretty good trade-off in my book. Speak of the devil and he shall appear. Yu Chanseok strolls back into the assembly point looking like he just finished a light jog. He is checking out the mess like a bored landlord, acting like he wasn't the one who just nuked a grade 3 rift into oblivion. The casual vibe he is giving off is almost insulting to the people who were just dying. The peanut gallery is in total disbelief. They can't wrap their heads around how a single rookie, not a guild master, not a veteran, but a random guy in a tracksuit, handled a grade 3 corrosion rift solo. It is like watching a toddler win a heavyweight boxing match. The levels of impossible are through the roof right now. Time for some image management. Chanseok puts on his best humble hero face, telling a shocked Han Sang-ah that he only did it because his heart broke seeing his fellow hunters in danger. It is a total Oscar-worthy performance. We know he's a beast, but he knows that appearing like a saint is the fastest way to get that legendary status. While our hero is busy working on his public persona, a corporate suit named Bayan Jongtae approaches him. He is a regional manager for the Korea Operating Corporation, and you know it's serious when the suits start crawling out of their offices. He is looking at Chanseok like a gold mine that just walked out of a dungeon. The manager drops the big news: the mayor of Incheon personally wants a piece of his time.
Chanseok is already thinking about the digits on his next bonus check.
He knows he just performed a feat that hasn't been seen since the first ever hunter, the Great Pioneer. Our boy isn't just a hero, he is a historical event in the making. Liaison Officer Lee Pilji is basically fangirling in the background, explaining how rare the solo grade 3 clear actually is. It is the kind of achievement that changes the entire power dynamic of the city.
Chanseok is being ushered into the corridors of power, probably wondering if the mayor's office has any snacks better than those monster elixirs.
He walks into the office of Mayor Park Ji-yeon, who greets him with a smile that screams, "I need your approval ratings." The mayor is laying it on thick with the gratitude, admitting that Chanseok's solo run saved the city a massive financial headache. Apparently, hiring high-ranking guilds is way more expensive than one motivated rookie. The mayor starts launching into this long, patriotic speech about Incheon being a global hub and bragging about the city's infrastructure. It is peak political theater. He is trying to build a vibe of "we are all in this together," but Chanseok is just staring at him like he's watching a boring documentary on double speed. Then comes the test. The mayor gets all serious and asks Chanseok what his true purpose is for being a hunter. It is the classic trap question designed to see if the hero is a selfless saint or a greedy mercenary.
But our guy doesn't do scripts. He is about to drop a truth bomb that will leave the mayor speechless.
Chanseok hits him with the grittiest response possible. He compares being a hunter to diving into filth to unclog a toilet that is spewing waste. It is not about glory or shiny armor, it is about doing the nasty jobs no one else wants to touch. It is a blunt, blue-collar take on heroism that completely short-circuits the mayor's polish. The mayor tries to recover, warning that many hunters get intoxicated by fame and fortune and lose their way. He talks about Korea being the last sanctuary on Earth and hopes Chanseok will stay a symbol of hope. It is a nice sentiment, but our hero can see the political strings attached from a mile away. Chanseok decides he's done playing nice. He directly calls out the mayor's tanking approval ratings and exposes the whole plan to use his fame for a difficult re-election. It is a total power move. He tells the politician that he is not a mascot for hire and that he knows exactly what this meeting was really about. The mayor tries one last-ditch effort, offering brand deals and commercials. He even suggests Chanseok become the face of a popular coffee mix. Our hero finds it absolutely insulting.
He tells the suit that a hunter of his caliber doesn't need a politician to get famous. His own path is already paved in monster blood and black flames.
Chanseok walks out like a boss, leaving the mayor to stew in his own failed schemes. But the scene shifts to a mysterious figure watching footage of our hero's exam. This enigmatic observer is staring at the black flames, acknowledging that while the test on the island failed, they have found something